Peace. It's your boy Romello Skuggs from Undisputed Spit. Before we start the video, hit that like button one good time, subscribe to the channel. Now, we are Boston content, but I want to talk about the NBA Finals. Kudos and congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. They defeated the Boston Celtics in 6 games. I predicted Golden State to win in 6 games. It was a very interesting series. I looked at it as experience versus inexperience, and it showed. I'm gonna start with Boston first. Boston are a very young team. Al Horford just made it more seasoned because he's a 14-year vet or 13-year vet, something like that. But Boston is a very young team, and it showed. Turnovers, calling for the refs, and they was just doing undisciplined things, and it cost them. It cost them tonight. I think they have a bright future. They have a core with Smart, Tatum, and Brown. Brown showed up. Marcus Smart played his role. Jason Tatum, he getting a lot of heat. But remember, he's 24 years old. I think he arrived, but not fully. And that's a difference. Is he the next Kobe Bryant? No. I hate that comparison. I know he looks up to Kobe, but he's not the next Kobe Bryant. Let's keep it real. Yeah, he had a bad series, but that's okay. He's 24 years old, and he's catching a lot of heat, and that's not fair. That's not fair at all because he's doing things that at his age that people will be proud of, and that means he just got to go back to the lab and get even better. And he got the pedigree now. He been to the finals, conference finals. He won and all that stuff like that. He got the pedigree now. Now he just got to get better, and Boston just got to fill in the blanks. They are a contender for the next few years. So you gotta get kudos to them. I'm not a Boston fan by any means. I don't like Boston sports, but I gotta give respect where respect is due. I think they got a good coach, even though he got a fine fiance. But that's another story. But they got a good coach. They got a good core. They got a good system. It's just they are young. I mean, when you're young, you gotta grow up. So they're gonna get better. This loss, they shouldn't have their heads down. This is just a tool to get better and better and better and finally crack through the door and win it. So Boston should not feel ashamed. They just ran into a team that's championship pedigree. You can't knock that. So now to the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors won 4 titles out in 8 years. That's a dynasty. They went through a horrific 2 years. I'm gonna start with 2020. Steph got hurt. Clay was still hurt from the 2019's finals. And Golden State was looking at a rebuild. I don't think they was rebuilding. I think they just suffered from horrific injuries to 2 of their stars, which is Clay and Steph. So I'm just happy for them because that 2 years was horrific. I mean, you can't deny that. 2 years ago, they had the worst record in the NBA. Last year, they lost in the play-in against the Lakers. And this year, they won the championship. They won it all. That's remarkable. Love them or hate them. And I don't understand how people hate this team. Like, they did it correctly. I mean, they drafted their core. They wasn't number 1 picks. Draymond was a 2nd-round pick. Steph went number 7. Clay went number 11. Draymond went number 35 in the 2nd round. That's remarkable. Signed key free agents. Nah, when they got Kevin Durant, yeah, they was a super team and they was a juggernaut. They couldn't be beat in a 7-game series, even though Houston almost did it. But besides that, they couldn't be beat. You know what I'm saying? When they got Kevin Durant, so that's remarkable. That's remarkable. And I hate the narrative that you got to go to a big market team to win a championship. And that's the most ridiculous, outlandish narrative I ever heard. If you win, stars going to want to play for you. Don't matter you in New York or Tallahassee. Even though in Tallahassee or whatever smaller market team. Milwaukee just won the title last year, and they're a small market team. So you don't need a small market team. I mean, a big market team to win a championship. So I just want to send kudos to them. I'm just a fan of how they built. They changed the game. Everybody copycatting on what they do, but you can't do that. You got to come with your own identity, and that's why people are losing, because you don't have your own identity. Is Steph Curry top 10 after tonight? Yes, he is. I think he's in the 7 to 10 range. 2 MVPs, 4 titles, 1 Finals MVP, the greatest shooter I ever seen in my life. The leader of the 3-point shooting. I mean, he changed the game. You can't deny that. So he entered the top 10 conversation of all time. And if you don't agree with that, then your perspective is whack. It really is. So that's my take on it. I think it was just a experience versus inexperience. I think even though Warriors was doing goofy things, especially in the third quarters, they were just freelancing to me. But again, they are experienced. They've been through this. When they lost game 1, Boston thought they had them. Like, okay, we got them. But it's more to the story. It's more to the journey. And Warriors knew that. They knew what they had to do. They knew what games they had to win. And they done it. That's what experienced teams do. I mean, in all sports and boxing too, experience matters. It does. It does. I can give you a lot of examples in boxing that experience trumps the young hot shots. You know what I'm saying? Floyd and Canelo comes to mind, but we're talking about the NBA Finals. So, well, that's my take on the NBA Finals. Again, congratulations to Golden State. They are a dynasty. They won 4 rings out of 8 years. That's remarkable. Winning 1 championship is hard to do. So you gotta give kudos to them. Love them or hate them. You got to. You're a fan of somebody you're a fan of. But you gotta give them respect. That's all I'm saying. On Facebook and Twitter, people just hate Golden State for no reason. I mean, that's what happens when you're on top. I mean, they just hate you for a reason. So that's the irony of being on top. So, again, congratulations to Golden State. I'm Romello Skuggs signing off. Tune in to the new episode of Undisputed Spit. We will be talking about Arthur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith. Unification 175 light heavyweight. It's dropping Saturday. This Saturday coming. So tune into that. Again, I'm Romello Skuggs. Peace and blessings.